Hi everybody. So I'm Janine and I just graduated. I just got my MBA here in Australia. And yeah, so basically, let's get into it. So I moved here in December 2022. I came from the Philippines, so it's almost 3 years ago. So we're gonna talk about visa requirements, agency that I spoke to, the costs, school, work options, and accommodation. And this will revolve around my personal experience. So, just a disclaimer, I'm not a professional agency. I'm not like a lawyer, immigration, something like that. So, it's only personal experience, and it's up to you if you want to get something from this or not. All right. So first, if you want to follow my path, so the first thing to do is check your eligibility. Um, so if you go to the immigration website of the Australian government, so you can choose what type of visa you want for yourself. So so basically ask yourself, what is your purpose? Am I gonna work here in Australia? And if so, like check their requirements with the working or do you have like the necessary skills to go here? And if your employer can sponsor you. So if not, then like are you interested to study here? And um yeah, can you study here? The costs and a lot of plannings, etc. So with my case, I took the student visa, which is the subclass 500. So that's my first ever visa here in Australia. So before we paid less than 1,600. They just eventually increased the price to manage the immigration here because of I in real estate properties and also inflation. So yeah, there was like, you know, this thing that happened. And so if you do get this visa, you have the right to work here up to 48 hours every 2 weeks. So you cannot go over that because they will find out. And you know, a lot of the things here, like the banking, the tax, and yeah, so basically, and even the school, they report to the immigration. So once the immigration finds out, some stories that I've heard, they don't give warnings to just cancel your visa. So anyway, you also need to have like health coverage here, which is I recommend. It's very, very important. So it's just expensive here, so better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, so basically what type of agency that I reach out to. So firstly, um um I didn't have any work sponsorship here, so zero. And you know, the skill visa, whatever. Um yeah, I didn't qualify based on the immigration lawyer that I spoken to eventually here in Sydney. So anyway, some of my classmates actually reached out to an immigration lawyer and they, you know, provided useful advice and then they advised that yeah, take this route and then you will eventually get permanent residency if you follow this blah blah blah. But obviously I'm not a lawyer, so really reach out to a qualified person. So that's why I reach out to a student agent as well. Keep in mind they are not lawyers, so they are basically uh, well, a student agency. So their goal is to make money. And to process your student visa. So they will literally persuade you. But on the end of the day, it's your choice. So yeah. So weigh your pros and cons. So this is my email exchange with my agency. So that was 3 years ago. So obviously, you know, the requirements here, the prices is has changed. So they have gotten up, not down. So every year the tuition fee um increases without, I really didn't know that I have to like, you know, yeah, it was horrible. They have to like, adjust because of the inflation, but like the salary that we get here didn't, increase. So it's tough. So basically you really have to plan. But anyway, you can get part-time work as well while studying. And if you will go to the master's route, and yeah, I'm not sure with the other degrees, but yeah, in my case, I was able to get the post-study work visa for 2 years. So yeah, and this is the initial requirements here. So, and also, your agency will also provide you some options depending on your budget and preference. And they have multiple locations, so you don't have to stick with only going to Sydney, to Melbourne, Brisbane, etc. But, anywhere it's really nice. So moving on. Yeah, so these are the steps. So first, choose a school, course, prepare all your documents, blah, blah, blah. And you will need to get medical examination. Yeah, so you really need to be legitimate. You cannot fake this because you are addressing to the immigration of Australia. So, um, yeah, your documents need to be legitimate. So I know people from Manila can relate to because like we have this place in Recto that you can like falsify your documents. It won't fly here. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. So work restrictions. So you have 48 hours fortnightly. So in my case, I was able to work 3 times, 3 days per week. And I go to school 2 days per week. And sometimes if I get like good schedule um at school, I go to the school 1 time per week. Yeah, it can be face to face, it can be online. It depends um to your school and the requirements available. So basically I found some good roles in Seek, Indeed. So these are the office jobs. These two, Seek and Indeed. But it's really hard to get an office job at first. It took me really a while. So I send out 1,000 applications. I don't know. I was just really applying every day. I took it really seriously, and it feels like uh, a job in itself. But anyway, while I was waiting. So I took some blue collar jobs. So you can go to Air Tasker for some, you can do tasks for other people and they give you money. So for example, um, I book a job as a organizer. So I help someone to organize her stuff while she moves out. And then yeah, she paid me, I don't know, I forgot like $80 for 3 hours, and that's it. And then the air tasker will get a percentage of your salary. And I also got like please organize my daughter's room. So I was able to do that. So I forgot how much they paid me, but it was good at the time. And I also helped clean like an apartment because yeah, it's an end of lease requirement. And then yeah, so that was me while I was starting here in Australia. And also I did book a babysitter job in Juggle Street. So the requirement is you have to have the workings with children check. So yeah, basically, yeah, you can help families take their kids to school and off school and prepare lunch, prepare them going to school. So I did that for a while as well. So I didn't do dog sitters and walker, but I heard from some peers here that yeah, they could get like these kinds of jobs. You just have to look for it. Can be like some other apps and Facebook groups. So for Filipinos, we have a bunch of groups. So I'm not sure what nationality, um, if other nationality would have this kind of support, but like with Filipinos, it's just amazing. So there's also this Pinoy in Sydney, something like that. So sometimes they give you recommendations, referrals, and basically tap in your network as well. And once you start studying, you can also um, ask your classmates, like if you're really struggling. So you can ask them, hey, how are you? I'm curious, what do you do? And now I'm really struggling, or I really need a job. Can you please refer me to your employer? So basically, here in Australia, it's really not about, sometimes it's not really about what your resume says about you. It's usually um who you know, and referral really means a lot to them because they already trust their colleague. Then if they refer someone to their team, then it's really a plus. But yeah, so I was able to do that. So I got a um housekeeping job through my classmate. And yeah, it was all good and well because I also wanted to try it, but like I I wasn't physically fit at that time, so I didn't last in that job. It was 2 days. So yeah, so it was tough, but yeah, I just resigned after 2 days. But yeah, it's respectable because like it's really exhausting. So but yeah, anyways. And then you can also reach out to your career central at school. So, we have our own resumes back home, and you also want to polish up your resume here that would comply with Australian standards. So basically, the more simple that you have, the more readable, the more I think better. And I was able to get a part-time job as well for my career. So yeah, that's definitely one way that you could do if you want to have a part-time job here. Okay, so accommodation. So your student agency will not be responsible with your accommodation. So it will be on you. And since I don't know anyone here in Australia, um, so basically, it's all up to you to research. So I would recommend booking.com because for at least 2 weeks, because they have an option for you to cancel and get full refund, and it's legit. So be careful of scammers out there as well. But I was able to book my first accommodation here through university living. So later on that. And then on your arrival, if you want to change yeah, accommodation, you can like it's easier to book inspections when you're already here, and the real estate here is very fast, so you have to grab it once you want it because it flies. And Facebook group. So some people offer like their spare room for sharing, and yeah, and just it's because like real estate here is very expensive, so it's quite common for students or like even locals to flat share, apartment share. And basically, if you're gonna go through this route, ask for a sublet contract, which will help you with your requirements once you're ready to apply for a full lease. So that's what I did eventually. So I also had like a sublet contract with my previous flatmates, and eventually I was able to get like a lease through domain.com.au. So firstly, you have to research like which suburbs or area you want to live in, wherever you are in Sydney. But in Sydney specifically, if you wanted to go fancy, expensive, whatever, you you can try North Sydney, eastern suburbs, etc. And if you want to have like a because if you want to have that Chinatown feels, then I would recommend Burwood or Chatswood. Um, if you want to have like a affordable deal, so I would recommend Inner West, such as Ashfield, Burwood, Stratfield, Merrittville, along those lines. So anyway, so my first accommodation is in here in North Sydney. So I'm grateful that didn't get scammed, honestly. So this was me booking accommodation before I step into Australia. So I don't know what to expect. So it's better to be prepared. So this is my first contract. So I paid $2,300 per week here. So these are the pictures below. And yeah, and I'll share with you some pictures that I took myself. So this was my room. I really like it actually. So it's a single bed, everything that you need is already there. So I have my bed, table, and for studying and for interviews. I have a mini fridge, whatever. So, and we have like a shared kitchen downstairs, so you can cook, you can bake bake something, and yeah, and the bathroom is shared. So we have like two sets of toilet and bath outside, and you share it with the other um tenants. So I eventually moved out like just after 2 weeks of staying here because so a friend reached out to me, and we have like a similar goal to save money, and that's why we move into a an apartment that is a shared flat, which is very nice as well. So this is me on arrival, December 27, 2022. So yeah, that's it. I hope you yeah got something out of this, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.